G'day, how you going? Ianapolis here, your acrylic guru from Australia. Welcome to my video. I'll get a size on the canvas before I forget. Alright, and I'll also get a couple of colours going up the screen there as well. Now I'm going to do a very easy painting today in acrylic, but it's going to be less is so much impact in this one here, okay? It's going to be like a snow scene. And it's just going to be very minimal, but when it's hanging on the wall it's just going to look shit hot. I like that. That's what it's going to look like. All right, and a couple of weird colors, a bit of an orangey, grey, brown and a green, bit of weird colors going on here, but we'll get it going. And I'll bring you over here and I'll just show you what we're going to do. All right, now I've put my masking tape down here, but my line is really a little bit higher than that, so once I've brushed it on and take the tape off, that ridge I can get rid of it and bring the true line up to it, okay? And that's going to be our sky, but I want it a bit dark here so it looks like it's going over like that. All right, first off, I'll get me putter on a brush. There's no retarder in here, it's just soft craft paint, white ceiling paint type of stuff, but it's craft paint, poster paint from the art store. And I'll get this all mapped onto the sky area just like that. That way we got somewhere that's going to allow our paints to move the way we want them to move instead of being so dry and chalky. All right, get it all the way to that tape there. There we go. Now I'm going to use just the tip of the brush and get all those brush strokes out of there so it looks nice and neat. Beautiful. There we go. Now I want the sky grey, but I don't want it full on grey because that'll dry dark. So we're going to get some grey now like this and mix into that white and tease it. Look at that. See what I've done? That's the colour I wanted. Really nice light grey. So I'll just get it all the way across the top and then bring it down. That's perfect. Perfect colour, Ian. Perfect. Now I'm going to get it all onto the canvas first. Everywhere it's messy. Now we'll stroke it nice. See, it's not just pure white, that craft paint, it's got value in it. Nice and clean, just like that. Okay, I'm going to get some of the burnt umber with that grey over here out of the tube, and I'm going to mix that up to the value I want. A little bit more. I might have to put a bit more grey there because I just don't have enough. All right. So we got our grey and we're adding some burnt umber to it. And this will be our darker value within our painting. Now that's me line there. I want to pretty much here have all this dark. So I want to get it on like so. I want to spider it up, turn the brush around, bring it up around there, sort of framing that edge of the painting like so. I'll put that down for a minute and I'll grab a blending brush and I want to smear that into all there. Okay, so we'll get all that, look at that, nicely smeared into there. Get rid of all our brush strokes first from the heavy part, just like that. Wipe your brush, it's important to keep wiping that brush and then get all this gradiating out into that sky nice and softly and like, oh wow, look at that, so good type of stuff, you know. There we go. Very easy painting, this one. All the way here, get this dancing out into the top half of the painting there. Beautiful. Okay, we're picking up some more of that. It's not much to go. And bring this, where's my tape? Can't even see the edge of the tape. Bring this there like so, okay, and participating up there a bit. There we go. Something like that. Blending brush again, get a rag, and just smear that into oblivion, right out into the middle of the painting there, up into the sky area. Twist your brush around. Look at all that on there. Wipe it. Now this is a very simple painting, but it's gonna have such a big impact when it's finished, I feel. That's why I want to show you something like this. Like that. I'm just looking for, like this hard edge here, I want to get rid of that a bit more. Looking and looking, there we go. Even if you want, I don't know if I would or not, you can put an almighty glare in the sky just to make up for the sun trying to peek through. Now I'm just grabbing a bit more brown into that grey, a little bit more, just so I can get the very darkness right here. Bit more, just pretty much the rest of that umber. I just want this bit nice and dark there, and probably here. That'll do it. And we'll get that nice and dark. Just, oh, it's not much, but it's there. There we go. Look at that. You can do that. You can do that. Now I want to pull the tape off so as we can get rid of that ridge of paint. So you can imagine that bottom half already being the snow, and that's looking over the hill. All right, I'm just going to lightly do this just to get rid of any ridge of paint that might have built up against that tape when it was wet. Okay, and we can dry that sky now. Okay, I've dried all that. I've put a bit of masking tape here just so I can put some distant trees. I can go down as long as I want, then pull that tape off so I can paint the front bit on. I just don't want all these little tree bits of paint in front of it. So down on the palette here, I've got some green, sap green and burnt umber, and I want it kind of greeny umber. I want it dark, but just with that tint of green in it. So I'm mixing it up with my medium hog bristle fan brush. It's a little bit neater than the other big one I use for the clouds. So we'll probably get some little nice pointy, just get some where you want them first, like that. Now I'm going to play with my brush a bit, and I want to, hang on, let me get my brush loaded. I want to get some nice little palm trees, not palm trees, your evergreens or whatever you call them, out in the distance here. Okay, we'll get the bottom nice and solid. There we go. So I've got them nice and sharp with this brush. Now I want the bottoms a bit busy, just so it looks the part. We're just going to put another group maybe here somewhere, just little, these are all little evergreen tree pockets of them, probably some there, and another group about here somewhere. Now I want to use the brush just to make them a bit more believable, a bit more busy down the bottom like that. So you can see why I put the tape there. Alright, I've got my little scrumbling brush now, and I want to get one probably about here, maybe a bit closer. So I'll find the guts of it, which is about here, coming down. And while I'm using this brush, it can kind of make that shape just like that. And we'll get another one maybe next to it there. Now I'll use that other fan brush just to give that some charisma. There we go. So you can see what we've pretty much gone and put out here. I'm just kind of evening up some of the brush strokes before I finish it off. Probably get some little stuff away there. Pull that tape off. And you'll get an idea now, if the bottom half was already painted white, how it's looking like it's going over. Alright, now I'm going back to that craft white again, and I'm going to gradually just slightly tint it with some more grey, just so it's not pure white, because then later on I can put my pure white right on top of it. This is just to prime up the bottom snowy area. So we'll get all of this on there. Yeah, and it looks white, but I can see the grey in it as well, which is good. Get this going right up to there. Let's see if we can get a nice, I want a nice hard line now. Look at that. Oh yeah, we're getting it. It can be up and down a bit swayy. Beautiful, done. Now I want to put a bit of a pocket for this other tree, the main star in this painting, to go here. So I'm going to grab this green colour with the burnt umber, pretty much that colour, and I want to just stamp that on in a way. So I'm going to kind of go like that, and then blend that out into nothing. So it'll look like an oval and a shadow coming off it. That's what I want to try and do. And I've got a smaller blending brush here to blend that to happen. So we're picking up some of that green in there. And I want it from about here. Just about there like that, you see. So I'll get I'm stamping it into the pocket there. I'll grab this blending brush and a rag, and I want to blend this all the way back here. Now if that's not quite the right value I'm looking for, I'll keep adding the right colour till I think it is. I'm happy with that. Don't worry about this being nonsense, because I can get the white to cut it back the way it has to with some more snow. Now I'm going to get a bit more burnt umber into that. It's still got green in there, but I'm adding a bit more burnt umber because I do want this bit here really darker, but I don't want to put black in it, you see. So we'll get that there like that, and then lightly pull that one over as well. Oh yeah, yeah, that's it. We're winning. And then we'll just get we'll get a bit of a shadow going over. I'll fix the bottom of this up with the actual white paint and the snow, so don't worry about the bottom of the bowl. I'll show you what I mean by that. I've washed that brush and I'm grabbing some just grey on its own, and I want to kind of come from there picking up more grey. Grabbing that blending brush, and I want to blend that. I want the top of that soft and the bottom just whispering into a shadow. I'm pulling it. There we go, it's getting there. Join that into that bit of paint there. There we go. There we go. Wipe the brush, pick up that darker colour again, and just kind of marry these two bits there a bit more. There we go. Okay, I've given it a light dry, and I'm going to pick up some good titanium white out of the tube now and get this right onto the tip of this brush. See here? On the very tip, and we put her on a brush. That way I can get a nice tight, look at that, I can get a nice line there, okay? Because the bottom of this now, we want to just fix up, and we can have a nice highlighted ridge of white snow there. So we're going to bring this along there, and boom, pick up some more now. That's the, where we want it. And this will be just the highlights in the snow. And I'll put some of this way out there in the distance here as well. Way out here. Just different values of snow. Okay. There we go. Just brush the lines artistically so they look reasonable. We'll get something there as well, and probably something coming all the way down here. Okay, now just grabbing this white craft paint that we had the bit of grey with. See, the bits are a bit didn't quite join. This is going to what you use just to soften those bits up. I don't know what you call them. And we can have some other shadows here and there in it as well. This is creating different shadows again. Up there, yeah. Wasn't hard, eh? See, that far was easy. You can do that, okay? It's that easy. And if it's really, really difficult for you first off, that's just because you need a lot of practice, okay? Just practice everything. Okay, over here, I'll put one about here. Just something there, nice and skinny. About there. Just the littlest little fella. Dry your canvas before you put this on. This is just like a little one that was starting to grow. He's there, he's little, he started to grow, he's there. We'll get some kind of shadow pulling there as well. Now put some sap green into that burnt umber. I want it burnt umber, but I still want it all sap greeny as well. Okay, so it's greeny brown. And we're going to use this brush to make our big tree now. Okay, and we want him from about, he's going to be about there. And he's going to go up about it, somewhere here. So pretty much draw your line. I don't know, you guys probably know how to draw these trees better than me. Now I want some gaps in it, just so it looks realistic. We don't get these trees here, so I can only go by what a picture would look like. I'm just gingerly trying to get this going. Load the brush. And now he's going to come a lot thicker. I will get the edges more ironed out once I get the actual footprint of this tree there, okay? Because it's quite a, and it's going to start coming up that way when it gets to the bottom like that, if you know what I mean. and out here like that. All I can say is what a mess. Now I'm looking at it, it's looking a little bit too neat for me, so I want some straggly. There we go. I want it just a bit thick here and there. Get some bits coming off it. This is the main star of this painting, believe it or not. I'll get something coming out here, or get rid of those dots. It was just looking a bit too neat of an ice cream cone. That's why I'm doing this to it now. Now we'll put a bit of a trunk and some business down the bottom there. Probably just, we'll put some of this there, just like that. So I've got some burnt umber on a liner. I'll find the trunk somewhere here, somewhere. I want to get the trunk rusted in there like so. Now I'm grabbing my little scrumbling brush with some burnt umber pushed in the white. Get some water on that. And we want the snow to start there. This is going to be the snow, hopefully, on top of this. So let's try, can I lean there? Let's try and get some snow on there. Just sort of crossing over the trunk here and there. And maybe a bit more whiter stuff on this one. Now I will add some pure white. Okay, I've just got pure white out of the tube. Same brush. I'm trying to bring stuff from the middle of the tree cascading out with snow on it. Where's the white? I don't want to pick up the brown if I can help it. It's right in front of everything. And for a bit of luck, it's just going to look like I know what I'm doing. Just trying to find the darks and the lights where they need to marry with everything. Get a bit of pure white on that one. Now I do want to just detail some little sticks in there. Just trying to get the tiniest bits of twigs coming out of this, but I want it to be brown, not any other colour. Nonsense of the tree. I am getting some white because I wouldn't mind some snow that looks like it's just dropped on the ground off the tree, you know, just like that. Some droplets down here. Just droplets of snow in the shadow there. Just to break up, let's say here, I'll just try and get maybe, is that looking like some kind of footprints that sort of got blown away? Yeah, there's some sort of track. Maybe something up here as well. Someone's been walking there. They took the photo and they left footprints. Yeah, those footprints look all right. They look all right. Look at something like here. They've been doing something here a lot, I don't know. Put something here, just something little. A little conifer or something. Bit of darkness under it. Making a right mess of it now, aren't I? Doesn't matter. Now I want to grab the white. Didn't clean the brush, no need to clean it. We'll just get some dirty white so it can mix with that brown on the tree there. Oh, which way do we go? That way? There we go. Subtle. I do want to grab some white and kind of fix that up. There we go. We can just go like that, pull the shadow. Don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just putting facets of nature sticking out of the ground. I don't want a dot in midair. Just some sticks, I suppose. Okay, we'll put an autograph on here, then we'll whack a frame on it. Check out the links in the description below. All my art is for sale. Message me on Facebook if you ever want to buy a painting. There's links to my all my YouTube videos. There's a link to my art group page. Message me, answer the questions there, and say you met me on YouTube and you become a member of my art group. That's where you can show me all your renditions of the paintings you do of mine there and others. Okay, let's whack a frame on it. Oh, that's not too shabby, is it, eh? Nice snow scene, winter scene, with some distance over the hill. We got some, I don't know, I'm not the best at those sort of trees, but I did give it a go. I need to practice them, don't I? And we got some beautiful snow at the foreground here. And just remember, you can do that. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad in the frame, does it? Beautiful, nice piece of art that's going to sit on the wall. Simple, less is best. Check out the links in the description below. Share, like and subscribe. Tell your friends if you like what I'm doing here. And if you don't like what I'm doing, well, you tell everybody, okay? Goodbye, good luck, and good on ya.